Well, good morning, everyone. Oh, look at Leah joining from the pool, making everyone completely jealous. Welcome as we celebrate today our 20 years of Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties. We're really excited. Thank you for joining us. For 2 decades, Todd and Shannon have built their success on exceptional service, leadership, dedication of amazing agents, clients, and partners. As we celebrate the past 20 years, we're also looking forward for the next chapter and what is yet to come. So again, thank you for being here. We're excited to have you, and let's get started. Or maybe not. Quickly go over the agenda. We'll take a quick trip down memory lane. We have a brief slideshow that everyone has so kindly submitted awesome pictures over the years with their agents and in their offices. We'll do a quick then and now trivia. So please help me out with that and put your answers in the chat. We'll have some office testimonials. We'll hear from the brand. Then we get into the nitty gritty with the changing lives. We'll see a video of Todd and Shannon with their story and a 20-year recap. So without further ado, let me go ahead and start our slideshow. Okay, so since it's been 20 years, we wanted to figure out then and now. So if you can, and if you know, put in the chat, what cost $0 in 2006? Hi. In 2006, because it didn't exist. Does anybody know? Okay. iPhone. What technology went from science fiction to an everyday business tool? Chat GPT. Good job, Dan. All right, lead silo. Here we go with AI. Dan was the closest. Which social media platform ruled the internet in 2006? No cheating.
Facebook. Oh, MySpace.
MySpace.
Oh, in what year? MySpace? That was before. Oh, no, that's MySpace. MySpace? Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
That's not spelled right, but that's right.
Yeah, I think you're right, and that's not how it's spelled. It's by now, and then month.
Everyone is correct with MySpace.
Everyone's correct? We're correct.
We're correct.
Montrose is correct.
Looks more like me. His face close. Space.
I think we are.
All right. Wouldn't be us without any sort of things not working. But everyone's correct with MySpace. So while we are waiting for my slides to start working, we'll skip and jump to our office testimonials. And I think Grand Junction actually is going to be first.
Right. So this is my 22nd, I'm in my 22nd year. selling real estate. Started with Coldwell Banker. I remember the years before Todd and Shannon. Back then, we didn't have smartphones at all. We actually did not have any sort of e-signature. We would use a program called Real Fast. We might print it on our dot matrix printers, and we would actually have to copy 5 copies and put it into a big giant folder. Back in the day, that was part of the process. We did not. I would actually MapQuest where I was going to go the next day with buyers because we did not have Siri or Google Maps or any of those things. Marketing consisted of putting an ad into the Daily Sentinel, taking photos with your Canon camera, and then getting those photos to somebody at the front desk that would then put them into the MLS for you. It was a different world. You didn't have buyers that could get on Zillow and find stuff easily. So everything was just MLS based, and it was a different world. And everybody seemed satisfied with that's just how we've always done it, that's how we're going to do it. Come in, Todd and Shannon, and they were all about forward thinking, marketing, technology, getting in front of everyone else and making sure that we were the pioneers in the industry and growing it, and then feeling very confident in it. And it's been such an honor to be able to see all of the progression from then to now. Back then, when Facebook was new, I did have a managing broker, this was before Todd and Shannon, who told me, Cindy, you need to get off that Facebook. It's going to ruin your business. I get phone calls. Well, they still get phone calls with my Facebook. But now, but now my Facebook is even monetized. I actually get paid for my posts now and my algorithm is super high, and it's how I can communicate with so many people. And I would never be there had I not had the support of Todd and Shannon, and being able to think ahead and feel brave. That would never work. And that's who we have leading us. So I'm very grateful to be here with all of you and be here with the Caldwell Banker Distinctive Property family. Yay.
I need this then.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Good.
Did everyone hear it?
We don't know.
Thank you, Cindy. That was lovely. Okay. Next, we will hear from our Bozeman office.
Derek, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna put myself in the hot seat.
You're used to that, Jeff.
You're
used to the hot seat.
Okay, hot seat it is. So 20 years is kind of crazy to think that Distinctive Property's been around 20 years, but the more localized feeling is exactly 9 years ago, we acquired the existing Coldwell Banker to the day. So it was Todd and Shannon's 11th birthday for the entire company, but today marks our 9th as an office here in the Bozeman market. And what's significant about that is we'd acquired a Coldwell office, but the first day that we had acquired them, there were 13 agents. You guys ready for this from a retention perspective? Within less than 24 hours, we were down to 9 agents. So in 20 hours, we lost 4 people overnight. They didn't know who we were. They didn't get a chance at who we were. But over the past 9 years, let me tell you, it's been a emphasis and a point of emphasis of creating this culture. And what we acquired was not our culture. And so to sort of have full-blown reset was something that was very, very important to myself, to Kelsey, to Todd and Shannon, as well as Kate, as the partners in this office. But it hasn't always been easy. It hasn't always been an amazing market. But the one thing that is constant is everybody continuing to show up every single day getting better. Prior to joining Distinctive, I'll never forget it. I joined about a month before July 7th, right? I obviously knew what was coming down the runway. No one else did though. And I remember an agent who no longer works here said, "Do you have any idea why did you come to this office? Do you have any idea what's actually going on?" I'm like, "No, why don't you fill me in?" And overnight there was 30 of them. The next night there was 13 of them. Next night there was 13 of them. Half of them left and started their own company, and we kind of were sitting there picking up the pieces, but it was all part of God's plan and all part of what Todd and Shannon have done an amazing job over the past 20 years of building, rebuilding, expanding upon. And so to be able to play a small role in that is very, very humbling. It is emotional. We've had many sleepless nights, lots of tears. One of my favorite stories got brought back to me when I let somebody go to industry. Yes, guys, we tend to do that from time to time. The rumor mill started going, and I was accused of sprinting down the hallway, cussing and screaming at an agent to leave the office. So that was one of my earlier memories about 9 years ago. So that was a good time, good way to start off the deal. So, but no, we're just grateful to be here. Thank you guys so much for putting this on. It's absolutely insane to think that we're here for 20 years, and let's go put together another 20 years. I'll get out of the hot seat.
Thanks, Jeff. Okay, next up in the hot seat, according to Jeff, will be our Edwards office.
I think what I would like to do for the Edwards office is just talk about like our crew and our culture. So I think it's something that I feel like I inherited from the people that were here before I joined. And we've just been through some stuff. Like in my 3.5 years here, we've been through an office that caught fire. We put it back together, and through that, I kind of knew right out of the gates that this was the core group of people here were people that I could rely on, and that were people that could stay focused on what was important while we rebuilt around it. And that's continued to be the case for the next 2.5 years after that. And so I'm thrilled to be a part of the crew. I'm thrilled for to be, to have a company where we feel so much support both at the local, regional, and at the national level. And then again, day in and day out, the agents kind of wherever we need something, that somebody pitches in and does and fills the gap. So I've always it's a real team effort here. And I think that I feel just awfully proud to be like a responsible steward of it. So with that, Val, do you have anything you want to add to that? Val's our newest addition.
Yes. I think it's been a super welcoming office, and everyone's been super helpful. We have agents that have been here for a really long time and that are really successful. Amy Pates, for example, and just jumping into this role, she's been super helpful. And I think that's just kind of like the culture in this office in general. Everyone's willing to help each other. And there's just a really good vibe all around. So it has made it a really good place to work and to start my real estate career.
And we wish all of our offices were as close as Grand Junction because we have a lot of fun with that crew too.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you.
So what I get.
Next, I think we'll hear from our Montrose office.
But hang on, I'm coming. How do I tell them? She'll get there. Can I hold on? Can I?
It doesn't take her any longer than anyone else.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Hold on.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Good morning. Now I just stepped out of my conference room because I don't think our audio is very good in there, so I have it set up to my desk here as well. So anyway, happy 20th birthday, Todd and Shannon. Congratulations on 20 incredible years of Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties. I may not have as many memories as some, but I am grateful to be part of this chapter in your company's story. Let's see here. Coming back to Coldwell Banker this past year has truly felt like coming home after spending many years focused solely on my own real estate business. Returning as a sales manager has renewed a passion I didn't realize I had missed. Being able to mentor and encourage our agents while continuing to serve my own clients has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my career. So thank you. Watching others grow and succeed has brought a whole new level of purpose to what I do every single day. Thank you for believing in me and for giving me the opportunity to be part of a company that values its people, invests in its culture, and leads with integrity. I'm proud to represent Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties and excited for what the future holds. Congratulations on 20 amazing years, and here's to many more. And a big shout out to the Montrose office. They're there. I thought I had unmuted them. I am so grateful for this crew. They are my friends, they are my family, they are my colleagues, they are my supporters, and we're here for each other day in and day out. So, anyway, everyone enjoy the birthday day, and we've got cake. I hope you all do too. Thanks.
Thank you, Dana. That was awesome. We're going to skip over to Overland Park.
Hi there. Hey.
Go away.
So, can you see me? Okay.
Yes.
We changed cameras. So everybody say happy birthday. How about you can't even contain the excitement here. It's like being a World Cup game. So Todd and Shannon, congratulations. 20 years. That's amazing. If you were here in person, we would definitely present you with a Laurel and hearty handshake. Thank you. So, but as we celebrate 20 years, I was thinking I've been here for 1 year, and I was thinking about how fortunate I am to be part of this team. I just came from a brokerage that was cloud-based, and I came back to sticks and bricks. I love being around people. I love having people around and getting to see and interact and all the things that come with it. It's truly amazing. It also, I started thinking that when I was in college, I was an athlete and I hated spring season. The spring season was horrible here in the Midwest. The practices were cold, muddy, dark because you started in February, so it's dark at 4 o'clock and exhausting. Everybody was sore, frustrated, complaining, and thinking that all the hard work would never pay off. But every drill we did and every sprint and every tough practice mattered. And when tournament season came around, we were ready and we won. We won tournaments. We earned our way to nationals. We realized that every difficult day prepared us for those moments. Real estate's the same. There's long days, there's unexpected challenges, there's contracts that test our patient, and work that never seems to end. However, every phone call, showing, negotiation, and late night contributes to something bigger. And then comes closing day, the moment we hand the keys over and we see smiles on our clients' faces as they walk into a home they love. And that's a championship moment. So congratulations to everyone here who's helped build this company over the past 20 years. Thank you for making my first year one that's been amazing. And thank you for everybody here for being amazing. And Todd and Shannon, what an awesome opportunity. Thank you guys. I can't say it enough. Really enjoyed being here. Happy birthday.
Oh, that was great. Thank you, Wayne. Sun Valley. Looks like we're getting down the line. If you're talking, we can't hear you. Could you unmute?
Hi, I made it to the office. How are you? Good to see you.
Yes.
Well, thanks for everything you guys have done. And we're here in Sun Valley. And if you get rid of our traffic, that would be great. But yeah, it's been magnificent. That's where the Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties is born here. And we're still keeping it together with everybody. So if there's anything we can do in Sun Valley for any of you guys, let us know. We're here to help.
Oh, thank you, JK.
Good job.
How about our Telluride office?
Isn't that Duke?
Okay, testing. Can you hear us?
Yes. Hi, Tristan.
Amazing. Hey,
Hi,
everybody.
crew.
Hey, how's it going? I just wanted to say congratulations from all of us to Todd and Shannon, and thank you so much for giving us this incredible office we have to work in. So congratulations and thank you very much. Good to see everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Congratulations.
Great. Thank you. And last and certainly not least, we've got Twin Falls.
All right. Hey guys, can you hear me okay?
Yes. Hi, Swade.
Hey. Well, I'm not gonna stand up. Got a little bit of an issue with the leg, but nonetheless, we would like to just 20 years. What an incredible milestone for Todd and Shannon and everybody that's a part of our organization. I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you. Todd and Shannon, you built something that is so much bigger than a brokerage. You built a place where people are challenged to grow, they're encouraged to lead, and given the opportunity to become the best versions of themselves. Personally, I wouldn't be the leader, the salesperson, or the person I am today without your belief in me, your guidance, and the example that you've set. The lessons you've taught me go far beyond real estate. They've changed the way I lead, the way I serve people, and really just how I approach life in general. I want to start by saying I wasn't the guy for the job. I know we used to always say that when we had a new MD crew in there, but it was important to become the guy for the job. So thank you for taking that chance on me. I'm extremely and ever grateful for the opportunity, for investing in people and for creating a culture that has changed so many lives, including mine. I've got a couple of great memories that I'd like to share too, from the Gen Blues that we've been together to, just sitting on your back patio, script battling each other as leaders of our company, to whiskey and cigars around the pool and really plotting what's coming up and how we can make this organization better for everybody. That's near and dear to my heart. I just want to say congratulations on 20 incredible years. I'm grateful to be a part of the story. The last 3 years have been a whirlwind, to say the least. But I'm excited to see what the next 20 holds. And again, thank you from us here at Twin Falls. We appreciate everything.
That was nice. Thank you, Swade, and we're happy to see you. You could probably tell that we do have some special guests on our call today, which is really amazing. It speaks volumes of Todd and Shannon, number one, and what they represent for the brand, but we do, and also just excited that they all took time out of their day to come celebrate with us. And I do know that some of you are on PTO, so we're totally grateful for that as well. So we have Mary Lee Blaylock. She's our president of Coldwell Banker Affiliates on the call. We have Kate Conquest. She's the senior vice president of Coldwell Banker Affiliates. Kelly Reese, vice president of affiliate operations, Coldwell Banker Real Estate. We have Dan Spiegel, the senior vice president and managing director of Coldwell Banker Commercial. I think Ashley Wilson was going to hop on after her call, so we all know her from the commercial world. She is fantastic. She's a national senior manager of growth culture for Coldwell Banker Commercial. And then we have John Kidd, the senior growth consultant for Coldwell Banker Real Estate. So we are so grateful that you are here. I do believe that Kate might be speaking on behalf of the brand, or did I just put you in the hot seat?
I'd love to be in the hot seat, but I would love for Mary Lee to kick us off, and then I'll just share a few things about how Coldwell feels about all of you.
Perfect. Thank
Sounds
you.
good. So I'm up, I guess, right? Hi, everybody. Yeah. It's wonderful to spend time with all of you and to meet many of you, of course, as well, and just say congratulations, because 20 years is no easy feat. Much like you had pulled together some stats and some data on the last 20 years, I kind of, we all do our little homework, right? So I just am going to throw a few things out there that not only was the first iPhone not discovered and brought forward until 2007, so 19 years ago, but when it came came out, it had no GPS, no app store on it, and it didn't even have 3G connectivity. So times have changed in the last 20 years, that is for certain. And then I just thought I would also share a little bit about the US economy in the last 20 years. When you think about the sustainability of lasting as an organization for 20 years, it's no easy feat. In the last 20 years in the US, between 8,000 and 10,000 large US companies have closed their doors. They've either gone belly up and filed for bankruptcy, or they've done liquidity and they've cashed themselves out. Some of these, of course, you will recall because of the way that things were with videos and then how it's become digital, but Blockbuster Video, Borders Bookstores, Sports Authority, Toys R Us. What a sad state of affairs for our children. I mean, good Lord, right? Anyway, but interestingly enough, tying it back to real estate, the US home values have more than doubled in that same 20-year period. So the average was 140,000 and now it's well above 500,000. So some good also comes out of all of this. And as we go through 20 years, it's hard to remember everything as it's occurring, but it's really reflective to look back on it. And as I was listening to many of your words, and understanding kind of the culture of the organization, what came forward and what was profound to me that Shannon, you, and Todd have built are simply that it's a culture not only of sustainability, but it's a culture of serving others and caring for one another, and just as we all want to be at Coldwell Banker for all of you. We care, we serve, we want to provide you with the tools and services that you need to better your business, and we are dedicated and promise to do that. It takes people like Todd and Shannon and their leadership and all of your dedication to this brand to make it happen on the feet, on the street level every single day. So to that, I just simply say congratulations on 20 years. That's no easy feat, and cheers to the next 20 plus. Thank you for allowing me to say hello. Kate, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mary Lee. And it is a pleasure to be here with you all today. 4 states, 9 offices, over 200 agents. Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties is here to stay. And I love that sentiment about the sustainability of business. Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties is in the top 8% of all of our franchise network, which is amazing. And just on stats, I want to say that you have been with us for 16% of our Coldwell Banker legacy, because this year we are celebrating 120 years. I'll speak a little bit more about that in a moment, but we started franchising in 1982. So almost half of the time we've been franchised with Coldwell Banker has been with you. So thank you. So in the spirit of 20 years, I wanted to speak specifically about Coldwell Banker, and for all of my OGs in the house that have been in real estate for over 20 years, I think you'll get a little laugh out of that. So we have survived, and I've been in the business for 25 years, so I remember all of this. We've survived fax machines, flip phones, Blackberries, PDAs, smartphones, and at least 6 different passwords for every MLS system. We have learned that mortgage rates can drop below 4, and can go above 7, and sometimes in the same career. Regardless, we will always have buyers say that I'm going to wait until rates come down. Agents today will never understand the cardio workout involved in printing 30 listing sheets, stuffing flyer boxes, and replacing them every weekend. And we have gone from location to location, how's the Wi-Fi, especially in my mountain areas. The only thing that hasn't changed is the integrity and professionalism that Coldwell Banker Distinctive stands for. So congratulations on 20 years. This is truly a celebration of 2 decades of building business centered on people, purpose, and changing lives, which Todd and Shannon always do. And I feel so privileged to not just know them professionally, but personally. And it really is such a treat to be able to do business with them and all of you. 3 quick things I'm going to leave you with for Coldwell Banker. So like you, we're celebrating our anniversary to 120 years. Log into CB Canva so our Canva version for you, and check out our 120-year campaign. We have an activation guide that just gives you advice on how to customize the marketing campaign and bring all of that stuff to your local market. Look at referral rewards. That's right. We are invested in you and helping us decide who's going to join our Coldwell Banker network. We've paid over $1.5 million to agents throughout Coldwell Banker. And finally, our next Agents Helping Agents event is on July 16th. We know that some of you have been featured with us over the last, I would say, 18 months of us launching this initiative. And we love bringing out the good in all of our agents' work every day. So on behalf of all of us at Coldwell Banker, we're so grateful for you. Cheers to another 20, as Mary Lee said, and even more.
Great. Thank you so much. I would like to just take this time to really highlight again, thank you so much for being here, all of you. We're so excited to have you again, taking the time out of your day. We did receive a lovely gift in the mail.
Yeah.
And so
do you have it? Do you have it physically there?
And I would,
awesome.
Yep. So
great.
Okay. So Shawnee is presenting this amazing award and plaque to Todd and Shannon. And on behalf of Mary Lee, she sent this amazing.
There it is. Yeah.
Look at that. Thank you so much for taking the time out to do that as well. That is something to be proud of. It's when you see it, I don't know if it's going to live here or just in their house. Well, I guess that means that we all get to take a trip to Scottsdale to see it in person. But thank you, Merle. I don't know if you wanted to say anything, but
well, again, it's one thing for me to be able to sign my name onto something, but it's another thing for it to be earned, and it certainly has been earned. And so it's just a commemorative way to kind of put a big exclamation point on all of this and say congratulations in a very extra special, meaningful way, because you're extra special and meaningful to us. So that's what we'll have. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we will move on with our presentation. Thank you so much. Allow me to share my screen once again. And now we get into changing lives with Todd and Shannon and hearing their story.
So we started this business 20 years ago to the day. Happy 20th birthday. We started this business with two of us in the basement of a house on River Run Drive in Warm Springs, Idaho. And we had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. I certainly wasn't the man for the job, and the lessons, the trials and tribulations that we were about to experience, any rational person would have said, no, thank you. But here we are. We made it. 20 years. Happy birthday.
I will say we had no idea. I was scared. I had a brand new baby and we had no family in town, so I was just trying to figure out how to keep this tiny human alive. And he was trying to figure out how to start a business in the basement while this baby was crying above him. We also started the company because Todd was a broker at another brokerage. We weren't planning on starting our own company, but a best friend was selling everything with his new wife, moving up to Sun Valley to work with Todd, and found out that the brokerage didn't have room for him. Like literally, moving truck was loaded up. They were ready to drive up to Idaho. And so he's like, well, Coldwell Banker's been courting me for a while, so let's start a franchise. And so now he had my mouth to feed, Cole's mouth to feed, and then David and Courtney's mouths to feed. So he definitely had the weight of the world. And I didn't see that. Like I saw baby. That's it. That was my singularity of focus.
So while there's excitement, at the same time, you've got this terror of, what if you aren't the man for the job? What if this doesn't work out? How are you going to feed people? How are you going to make your family proud? And I wanted nothing more than my wife to be proud of me.
It's like he poured all of his energy into the business. I poured all of my energy into Cole. And I guess if we were to look in hindsight, that was kind of the beginning of us kind of inching further apart and going like in our separate lanes, which we did for quite a while. Todd was all in on the business, gone a lot. So I was home with two babies, then eventually a third baby. I was lonely. Our marriage almost didn't make it, like really almost didn't make it. I went to a divorce attorney. I had papers. I even conflicted him out of like 3 other divorce attorneys in the town that we were in that I was told were kind of nasty, and I didn't want my husband to have their representation. I mean, that wasn't even just like 1 foot out the door, that, you know, bags were packed, and just that despair and that fear, because I loved him, but I felt we'd just grown so far apart, each of us in our own lanes, me raising tiny humans, him growing the business, traveling every single week. And we had to put on a brave face like we were this, you know, beautiful family that was so blessed and had it so easy and successful and all the things. And I could have given every single thing that we had away, every possession away, just to have a connection with my husband and to have like an actual family unit.
Nobody ever knows. On the surface, it looked like we were growing and we were killing it. The truth was that we were barely getting by, that there were moments that we literally couldn't make payroll, that we were relying on me personally selling just so that we could pay the people. So I would work until about 6 o'clock on Thursday night, and then I would get in the car and I'd drive 10 hours home. And so just so that I could be there Friday morning when the kids woke up, I was there in body, but not in spirit. I used to have an Atlas statue on my desk, and I felt it. I'd see that, and that's exactly how I felt. I felt the weight of the world on my shoulders. And I was afraid that she would look at me differently, that she would be disappointed in me, that she would feel the stress and the fear that I was feeling and experiencing.
Somebody told us this cute line, you know, the secret to staying married for a long time is that both of us didn't want to get divorced at the same time. So when one of us was ready to leave, the other one was hanging on to God and hanging on to the other. There was a point we had $270 in our bank account. Payroll was due the next day or the next week. There was a time when, you know, when I was ready to file divorce papers, everything, like we get right up to the line. The enemy wants to win so bad, and God would not let him, because he didn't leave us once. Get really close to God, because he's going to sustain you. He's the only thing that's going to get you through this, because you will be tested in this world. You will have trials, but fear not, I've overcome the world. God always finds a way. He always provides. He's always there on the other side of whatever struggle you're going through.
I was in Wyoming. I was driving between Idaho and Colorado, and I was literally crying in the car because I just didn't know what else to do. I had run out of any ideas. I was completely and totally exhausted, away from my family, and I didn't have any more solutions. I had read everything, I had listened to everything, I had asked for help, I had literally exhausted everything. And God spoke to me and said, hey, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You were put here to change other people's businesses. You weren't here to build yours. And that was literally the moment that changing lives became the mantra of our organization. And it changed everything. And ever since that moment, a couple of hiccups along the way, but ever since that moment, our trajectory from a company has been nothing but up. And it's all because the focus has been on agents and staff and how we could make their businesses, their lives, their marriages better.
I feel like we've had so many of those God moments where we had $270 in our bank account, and then Todd miraculously remembered this envelope in a rusty filing cabinet that had been moved like 17 times from each of our crappy rentals that had $7,000 in cash. The number 7 in the Bible is completion and perfection. So God just gave us all these signs, but we have enough stories and enough wins where I'm like, oh my gosh, we didn't see God, feel God, hear God, but we see it now a year later, 2 years later, 10 years later. We just graduated that kid with special needs by the grace of God. His hand is just in everything. The devil yells and God whispers because he's so close. And so I just listen for the whispers. A lot better now.
All of the struggles that we went through were all preparing us to be able to do something bigger and better and more impactful. So they were hard, but there's a lot of people that go through a lot of hard in life. The question is whether or not you see it as a gift from God or whether you see it as a curse from the devil. When I stopped doing what Todd wanted and started listening to what God wanted, things changed. She was my superpower this whole time, and I didn't know it. And it wasn't until we broke that box and we started working together that things really exploded in a really good way, and both spiritually, family-wise. And I tell you what, you get two people together and what you can accomplish is exponentially more than 1 + 1.
Right, we definitely had to learn to lean into each other's strengths a lot more. You need to have someone whose head is in the clouds and someone else whose feet is on the ground. I mean, so it took us a very long time to realize that we complement each other perfectly. It's not an accident. God definitely put us together on purpose. I get to believe in others more than they believe in themselves and help them realize potential that they didn't even know they had. That's like the greatest gift of leadership I can even imagine.
This is literally why I was put on this planet. It wasn't to be a leader, it wasn't to be an entrepreneur. It was literally to help other people see what was possible. I believe so much in other people that this is not a talent-based thing. Like you don't have to have an IQ that's off the charts to be able to be somebody special, to change other people's lives.
You can teach skill, but you can't teach heart. We are a company founded by a high school dropout. We believe in heart and soul.
And it's not us changing lives anymore. It's this entire organization. So it could be tens of thousands of people who have had their life changed all because of this drumbeat within this organization, this culture. We're here to change lives. The first person's life that needs to be changed is sitting in your chair. And we are living proof of that.
Failure taught me to have gratitude more than success ever could teach me gratitude. And like, it is our mission. Like, we want to share every single lesson. We've learned so many lessons the hard way, the expensive way, the painful way. And we love to share those with others because I don't want anybody else to learn those same lessons the hard way like we did.
I have never been the man for the job, and I had to become the man for the job. And I just look back and all of the struggles that we went through were all preparing us to be able to do something bigger and better and more impactful.
We lost everything, every possession, and we built it right back. So at that point, it's like, well, we did it once, we did it twice, we could do it again. So if everything is stripped away from us, I have my husband that I'm madly in love with, and we have these 3 beautiful boys. And what else matters? Nothing.
I hope that they learned that there's nothing more rewarding than chasing after God and building a great family, and that the business is just sort of a lagging indicator of who the men that they have become.
Never, ever, ever, ever give up. And chase after God, as you said.
Not intentionally, but intentionally being role models for other people so that they can see, hey, you can literally have it all. You can be a disciple of Jesus. You can build a badass family who's looking to have an impact to make their business impactful.
What a freaking ride. Thank you to everybody who's been with us along the journey. You have blessed our family more than you know. The experiences that we've had with you, the memories that we have with you, the memories we will be making in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Just thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We really wouldn't be here today without all of you. And we definitely have the best agents and the best staff. And we are just so incredibly grateful for all of you, and so blessed by the Lord that He's allowing us to continue doing what we are so passionate about doing, which is to change lives.
Well, I don't know about you. I've seen that video a lot. And every time I tear up, every single time. Just the struggle, the passion, the perseverance that Todd and Shannon have done over the years is remarkable. So I think we have Shawnee.
I'll take it from here. Thanks, Sarah. Skylar, will you unmute the GJ speakers phone, please? Because um, I get to say a couple words, and we're going to have Todd and Shannon kind of give their vision of, in their own words of where it has been, where it's going, and give them the opportunity to celebrate this special day. But I just want to take a moment to truly recognize what Todd and Shannon have built. They've changed many lives, including mine. So I'm very thankful for that opportunity that was given to me over 11 years ago, and to see the growth and the journey that we have made along the way. So thank you for your vision, your courage, your protection, your guidance, and just giving us the opportunity to grow into these roles, to have a place where we can just be ourselves and we be loved and valued. So you've really built a legacy here, and I am truly, truly thankful to be part of this team and to have a place to call home. So thank you guys so much. Love you, and cheers to 20 years.
All right. It is now time to hear from our fearless and incredible leaders.
So I would be remiss if I didn't let you all know, well, that was hard. That was hard to watch. And I know how it is, but it still was so hard. Because being a leader, you do have to put on a lot of brave faces. But you guys, we've built such an incredible culture and family with you all that, I mean, many of you actually we've been able to share some of this with. So I thank you for that. 20 years ago, bringing home that new baby, we were actually discharged from the hospital. This 20 years
Right
ago.
about now.
And all they do is like shimmy the car seat and like send you on your way. Like they don't send
What do
you
you mean?
anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere.
Right. But Todd said, babe, I know this is scary, this is a lot. You just have to let me work really hard for 1 year.
I'm a great salesman.
The greatest salesman on the planet. Not to worry about the $7,000. That is no joke. We had $270 in the bank account. He had a closing the next week, and I told him, you can't fill your car up all the way with gas. You can bill like $5, $10.
And that pretty much filled it up.
Well, no, you know, at the time, so it didn't, or maybe it was in the red. But that was in the 7th year of our business. And then 6 months later, he got a call from Ross Media, right? No.
I don't know what that math is,
But it was in the 7th year, around $7,000. Who, oh, by the way, keeps $7,000 in cash in an envelope and in a realtors. That he won in Vegas, like probably 7 years before that. So it was like, but the story of sevens has just been, it's when I talk about like you don't feel God in the moment, but then you can look back at all the ways that he was so good and so gracious. And I mean, this company would not be here for 20 years if it wasn't for our faith in the Lord. And God willing, we'll be here for another 20 plus years because of him. He is the CEO of our business and the CEO of our life. And we're just so grateful that for all of the memories we've had, for everyone here, all of our offices. Sun Valley, we're where it started. We always have a special place in our heart, and then it just keeps getting better with every new addition, every office, and all the acquisitions. They've had so many great stories, so many trials, tribulations, but so many blessings, so many wins, so many things to celebrate, so many marriages and babies and lives changed. And I just can't, I hope we get to do it for another, probably 17 or 20 years, but I'll still be changing.
awesome, good job.
Round up.
I'm glad she spoke because I was too emotional at the time. It's funny because I watched that whole deal and it's so much about life, very little to do with business. And I know you guys have seen that probably on the outside and maybe didn't really understand how emotional it was on the inside. Sorry. But it's life. I mean, this business that we're in is life. It just needs to give us a life that's worth living. And so God's obviously very important to us, and that was awesome. It's laughable today to think back 20 years and all of the funny stories in hindsight. They weren't funny at the time, of course, and of course most of them have something to do with me doing something stupid, but there's just so much emotion. every milestone has a kid in it, or a wedding win, or a wedding lesson learned, or a business win, but they're all tied to exactly what it is that you all do on a daily basis. And it's one of the reasons that when we talk about the 4 foundations, it's one of the reasons that I think we're just built differently. We're talking about faith and family and fitness and finance. I don't know of many other companies like ours that talk about those things. And I think it's what makes us who we are. It certainly is what I believe. And the more we talk about it, I just honestly believe that the more we attract the right people. And boy, don't we have the right people around us right now. Like, I just look around the room and I'm like, y'all make me cry, because there's stories about your lives that I have been privy to, wins and losses and things learned, and we're just doing life together. And there just isn't anybody that I would rather do life with. So thank you for 20 years, and cheers to another 20 years.
Okay, well, don't go anywhere just yet, you two. Go right back up there. It wouldn't be a birthday party without cake. So I do believe we have cake in every office. So have them, I think everybody needs to unmute and sing their best happy birthday song.
Me too.
Okay, I'm just kidding. But happy birthday. Thank you all for joining us. Congratulations, Todd and Shannon, on 20 years of your success, of changing lives, to be very impactful on all of us. Thank you.
It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. 'Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my